Hey, what's happening? How are you doing today? Thank you so much for being here. I am Chris, and this is the bonus edition episode of Podtastic Audio. On these short little bonus episodes, I deliver value directly to you, cutting out all the fluff, all the special effects, all the sound effects, all the music, all of that stuff. We're going to get rid of it and get straight to the point. Now, if you have a podcast, you probably have your favorite tools that you like to use to create your podcast, whether it's how you actually edit your software. There's like a bunch of different ways to do it. I like to use Audacity because that's what I learned on. And it's what I've found when I first started the podcast. It's free. It's great. They have a lot of new updates, a lot of new features. It's amazing. Of course, there's paid versions of things you can get like Reaper and Adobe Edition and Hindenburg Journalist Pro, whatever they call it these days. And of course, you can try using GarageBand on a Mac. Trust me, I've tried GarageBand on the Mac and it was so confusing. I couldn't figure it out. Although they do say that GarageBand is very similar to Pro Tools, which is more advanced software and more advanced stuff. But for any and every podcast that's audio only for the most part, will do just fine using a free service like Audacity. Now, when it comes to podcasting itself, I mainly, I would say always, for the most part, listen to audio podcasts. I never watch them. I never view a podcast like via YouTube or TikTok or Instagram Reels or however you produce or market your show. I always just listen to it, whether it's in my work truck at work or in my personal truck on my way to work. 99% of all the podcasting I listen to, I physically listen to in the vehicle. So years ago on the Chris and Christine show, I was trying to find a good way to get amazing audio delivered, via a guest or even in person or however you wanted to do it. So I discovered Cleanfeed and the Cleanfeed Pro account. In fact, I did an interview with these guys. Was it episode 20? It's a long time ago now I think about it, but I was using different gear and different equipment back then. Of course, Cleanfeed Pro has advanced since then. They've changed a few things. They've added a few features. And today, as I record this episode directly into Cleanfeed, I'm using Cleanfeed right now to record this. They've added another feature, which I'm very excited to actually use and to work on. It is a markers / I would say note-taking feature built right into Cleanfeed. Now, if you don't know what Cleanfeed is, it's an audio recording platform that you can stream audio live anywhere in the world. You can record audio with multiple tracks, multiple people. It's very good for audio quality. Like if you really are serious about having really good audio quality, and I mean really good audio quality, something that you would use for, say, a studio or for a soundtrack or something like that, Cleanfeed is the way to go. They won an Emmy for it. They've been used with film and TV production all over the world. It sounds great. In fact, I'm using it right now. But this new feature, this markers feature, allows you to actually make notes and markers throughout the recording process. In fact, I'm using it right now as I record this. As I open up the multi-track recording, a drop-down menu comes below where you hit this little flag thing to the top right, and you click on it, and it shows you a section of, say, 5 things you can choose. You can mark, in, out, take, edit, and of course, you also can put notes down if you really wanted to. So I'm trying to play around with this thing live as I record this. I'm hitting these little markers, and in theory, what happens is that an additional text file track gets embedded in the multi-track. It's a separate file. You click on that file, and it should give you a list of all of the markers that you made in order, in the timestamp order. So say at the 5-minute, 12-second mark, you click the button, it'll tell you at that moment you actually made a note, and whether it was a mark, an in, an out, or a note you took, however you want to do it. They give you a lot of choices here, but I cannot wait to use this with a client's show recording because this will help me out so much, because there are times when I'm actually recording a guest or recording a client show and they cough, they bump, they need to edit this part out or take it in or leave it out, however you want to do it, or maybe a note saying, a cuss word was used at this point, please remove it. Things like that. These markers will come in handy in the editing process, and hopefully it'll speed things up. In fact, I'm going to cut that last part out. You probably didn't even hear it, but I put a note on here saying I'm cutting the last little section out. Now, why did I do that? Because now I got these little markers that I can do that. So, however you podcast, however you record your show, just have fun. Remember that you always can evolve your show. It can be one thing or it can be another thing. It can be however you want to do it. Just get familiar with whatever platform you use. Make sure you know it inside and out. And I've always used Cleanfeed for probably 3 or 4 years now, and I appreciate really good audio. So that's why I really like Cleanfeed. It makes it very simple. It's easy to use, and it's just been great. So I hope you enjoy your podcasting journey, and I will talk to you next time.